Good morning, you guys. It is Tuesday morning and almost the end of January. If you guys had a chance to tune into my video last week, you will remember that I was talking about being homeless and having custody of my two little brothers when I was a teenager. So fast forward my world where I met my husband and we dated a few years and decided when we were 25 to get married. We actually got married. So we got married in Maui. I could talk about the crazy wedding, but that's not what this video is about. When my husband and I getting married in Maui, we decided to vacation or honeymoon in Jamaica. So we left straight. No, we came home for a day, packed again, and then left to Jamaica to go on our honeymoon. And the day we got back from our honeymoon, my mom had dropped off my little sister. I don't know if I've talked much about my little sister, but I did tell you guys in one of the videos that I was pregnant at the same time with my mom. So that's the sister that I'm referring to. Her birthday's in November and my baby boy is January. So they were just 3 months apart. And when she got dropped off at our house to come and live with us, because I honestly think it was because she was super out of control. Maybe my mom would say something different, but that's what I remember. They always say, I don't know why they say this. Maybe they don't say this and I'm making it up, but I hear that your first year of marriage is tough. You'd think that that would be like your honeymoon phase, but maybe you're trying to figure out like living with each other and all of the ins and outs of, does he snore? Does he have any weird habits? Does he leave the toilet seat up? I don't know. But the very first year of our marriage, we were blessed with another child. My husband met my son when he was 3 years old, so automatically coming into this life and getting a son is something to get used to on its own, right? I mean, there's not a lot of people who all of a sudden just inherit a son, but my husband did. So then fast forward again to our honeymoon where we talked about, are you ready for this? I mean, we knew it wasn't a surprise. My mom had asked us, and me being so strong, I thought, what's one more child, right? Well, in the last few videos, I think I've shared a little bit about my baby boy, and being a teen mom, I never wanted to truly be like known as a real teen mom. I wanted to make choices that people assumed that I was a grown adult. I didn't let him play video games. He went to bed super early. We just, all the stuff that you'd, I guess, kind of imagine a teen mom doing, I did opposite. So when my sister came to live with us, she, like us growing up, was very street smart. I remember one time we were driving to school and I had to make a sad decision to hold her back. So she ended up going to the same class and grade as Izzy. Because she was born in November, she was a grade older than Iz. But we made the choice based on emails and phone calls from her teacher and how she had missed about half of the school year. We decided it would be best to put her in second grade, which was the grade Izzy was in. So we were driving to school one day, and one time she starts talking to Izzy about like drug problems. And I just remember looking in the rearview mirror, like my eyes got super big, and Izzy was so confused. Like he didn't know what drugs were. I mean, of course, he was in second grade. He didn't know any of those types of things. And my sister looked at me, very grown for her age, and said, "Sis, I mean, why aren't you teaching him the problems that are going on in this world?" And I just thought to myself, no, like, I want to try to shelter my baby boy and my children as long as possible, which, looking back, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. I think there's advantages, of course, about being I always say to people, I'd much rather be street smart than book smart, because I think it got me where I am in the world today. But again, looking back at the choices that I chose to make with my baby boy, it was funny. There was another time we were driving to second grade, and they were both in my back seat, and a black cat runs across the road, and my sister says, "Oh my gosh, look at that black cat." And Izzy, very serious, says, "We don't say that. We just say, look at the cat that ran across the road." And I just remember in the front seat chuckling, because what I always tried to do was make sure Izzy didn't see color, make sure that I raised him the way that I thought he needed to be raised. Well, my son was very literal, and he kind of took that to the extreme there. So I had a cute little conversation with him that said, "That's okay, baby. That's a little different than using it when we talk about people or, anything like that." But going back to, again, my sister being dropped off for mine and my husband's first year of marriage, that was, I don't think, the most incredible or hardest time in our marriage, because we've definitely had some. I mean, we've been married for almost 14 years, so and raising 3 children together in this world is something that you have to fight for every single day, to be on the same page and want to be in the same marriage. So we definitely have had our ups and downs with our marriage, but that one was, I just remember I kept looking at him throughout the year, just saying, "Thank you so much." Like, this isn't something that most men would just jump at, and he was extremely supportive and on board to do whatever we needed to do to make sure that we would survive that year. And it wasn't supposed to be for just a year. It was, when she was dropped off, I don't think there was really an end date, but I remember it was really hard on my mom, because that was all she had at that moment. And having her come back that summer, and I'm sure she came back throughout the years, or throughout that year, but it was really hard for my sister to watch her leave. But my sister would come out of the bedrooms, like when we would have her go to bed, and she would just be screaming bloody murder. Like, it was like the worst experience for her in the whole wide world. In fact, one time in second grade, she got lice when we were at Hooker Oak, and I didn't know how to handle it. Like, I didn't have girls, and we got lice several times throughout the years of my childhood. So I just chopped her hair off, and I still to this day, she doesn't forgive me for that. It was very short, and the only thing I knew how to do in order to get rid of it. But, again, I think that that's something that when my husband and I do go through hard times, I get to think about that time and know that there's so much to fight for in our marriage, and things that he did like that, which a lot of men wouldn't be so happy and jump at doing, really made us stronger and made us get through some of these times that aren't so easy to get through. So not only did I raise my little brothers, but there was one full year in our life. And when my mom came back, she said she was just going to take Jess for a few weeks and they were going to go camping, although she hates camping because she says it makes her remind her of the time when she was homeless and she doesn't know why anyone would choose to sleep outside. So I totally get that. But when she took my sister, she just never came back. It was a really hard year for Jess because she didn't have any of the things that I raised her with, like a bedtime or structure. I think that's probably the best word, is structure. But we made it work, and I don't think I'll ever forget that year of my life, like most years of my life. But anyways, I think, here's one of my quotes on my wall: you learn more from your messes than your successes. And not that that was a huge mess, but it was something that not a lot of people have to or get to go through, that I think made me strong and made me realize that I had to try to pepper in some street smart instead of just wanting my kids to be book smart, which is hard, but I have a lot of experience in that. So anyways, I hope you have an incredible day today, and just remember that whatever bad things you feel like you're going through, someone out there is going through 10 times worse of a day. So smile at someone today, believe in someone today, and choose joy today. Thank you.